Welcome. This is a custom bead production. And what do we have up today? Well, it's something special. It is a bracelet that's custom hand engraved by master engraver Ethan Jacczak, who lives in Montana. This piece is called Heart Tips. This video is about the making of Heart Tips bracelet. It's a limited edition. You can see Ethan's name carved into the back, the underside of the bracelet, so it's not seen unless you take it off and show it to someone. That's what makes this a limited edition. He doesn't always sign and date pieces like this. At this stage, he has taken a piece of silver and he's cut it out into an elongated oval shape. He's cut out hearts on each end. And this is not easy to do. Look how small that blade is on the saw. It's a very, very, very thin blade. It takes a really skilled hand to be able to smoothly cut a thick piece of silver like this silver piece that he has here. It's not a very thin piece. It's a pretty nice piece of silver. Now he's fastened the blank to a block, an engraver's block, and he is doing a what's called wriggling. It's a technique used to create a wriggle effect. Let's listen in to Ethan as he explains what that's all about.
Right now I'm doing a wriggle around the edge. It's just to kind of frame what's going to be on the inside of the frame, which will be the acanthus leaf pattern, and that way it also allows for a little edge, like a little border edge, but this is kind of like a little frame, and it's just a decorative border that just catches a little bit of light. Now to do this, you have to have kind of like clockwork in your wrist and your hand, because this tool, if you don't have the clockwork, it's going to be uneven, the edge, and you have to be able to stop and start with the same clockwork. So it takes a lot of practice. So being that this is a 6-inch bracelet, I have to kind of stop and start and center the piece, otherwise it starts running off too far and I can't see it in the view, and it gets awkward also. Now here I'm finishing up the frame, and you can see the piece of material curling off, just spiraling off. So I'm staying at the same depth. And this is all done by hand. It's not done with one of those electric pens. There you go, there's the frame. Right now I gotta figure out the pattern that I'm gonna put on the inside of this frame, and it's just something that comes right out of my head, what I decide to do on that. Probably a little flower over here maybe, and come out with a scroll maybe have some flowers in the center. I could do all flowers, I could do all scroll, I could do flowers in the center. I could have an area, oval area with your name on it right here. We could cut the letters in, we could have a monogram, we could saw out the letters, weld them on there, and carve the letters, engrave the letters, bevel the letters. There's so many just options that we can do. You could even saw the letters out so you can see the letters through, and it's like saw pierce. So there's a lot of options. The little hearts here that are cut out, you'll be able to take and put some beads on this, and so they dangle, or whatever, charms or whatever you'd like to do on that, and it kind of personalize it.
At this stage, you can see the faint outline of the Sharpie pen that Ethan used to draw out sort of an idea that, like he said, just came off the top of his head. And he starts out this way, just draws it in, and then goes from there.
This is called a grace liner, and it gives the kind of the outline of the backbone of the canthus leaf, and the very specialized tool, very tricky to make, and the angles have to be perfect for it to work. You can make them different sizes for specific needs. And again, you have to use the clockwork on your wrist to get it to look right. You have to be able to start and stop with the same clockwork.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been doing this for about maybe over 35, 37 years. So when you do it that long, you practice. That's a lot of practice. So it's what it takes. It takes doing it 8 to 10 hours a day, maybe more, 13, 14 hours.
It did take a lot of hours for this to be made, and as I was videotaping Ethan make this piece,